What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Overtime Insights. Man, this best of 4 tournament is going to be absolutely amazing. If it's going to be anything like this first game. This game just had it all. And I'm so happy we are getting the NHL's best on best tournament. Because we needed this as fans of the NHL, fans of hockey. Even if you aren't fans of this, you want to see the best of best, this is it. We started out the first game with Team Canada versus Team Sweden. And off the back, I actually did some recording before this one right now. And I had to delete it because of how this game went. Because this first period, it was all Canada. And I expected it to be all Canada. And how could you not when you started the game with the very first goal on a power play, not even a minute into the game? You had to go from McDavid to Crosby to MacKinnon. I mean, that is like, you put that on a fantasy team, like, it's just so unreal. And that happened. It was just absolutely incredible to watch. And it was the backhand that Crosby had to MacKinnon. It was just unbelievable. And yeah, they don't play with each other, but when you have talent like they do, they can make that happen. They made it look so easy. And it was just absolutely amazing to watch. Then we go to later on to the game, and you got Braden Point on a counter attack. Nice feed from Jarvis first, but Point brushes up down the middle, and it didn't matter who he had along his side. If you had a left-handed stick, you were going to score. But no, not a dig onto Brad Marchand, who is a great player. Pass was given to Brad Marchand right in the back of the net. And just right then and there, you're thinking, all right, Canada's got it. 2-0. They should. And then Sweden, they only had 2 shots on net in the first period. They didn't get their first shot until when there was less than 5 minutes left in the first period. That's when they got their first shot. Right when there was less than 5 minutes of the first period. Just insane. It was just all Canada. And, being in Montreal in the Bell Center, which is one of the most intimidating arenas, not just in the NHL, I think probably ever, probably in the world, you knew it was just going to be all Canada. So now you get to start of the second period, and what a turnaround that was for Sweden. Sweden started getting better control. They started shooting the puck better. They were definitely the most dominant team in that second period. And then right in the halfway mark of the second period, Broden got the first goal, assisted with Hedman and Raymond. Just an absolute nice shot by Broden, and got a little screen from Raquel, but still such a nice goal, and they started making it a game. But when you have a lineup like Canada does, you're gonna score. You're gonna find a way to score more goals, and with a player like Crosby, he's gonna make it happen. Crosby gets the puck, he brings it down, finds Mark Stone, and another beauty of a goal by Canada. And now they're up 3-1. So now, just putting a damper on Sweden's comeback. Second period ended 3-1. And also what happened in the second period, we saw a first injury, Theodore, who was a fill-in for another defenseman, Alex Triangelo. Now he seems to. Now I don't know how the severity of the injury was, but it was obviously bad enough to the point where he didn't return. And if you look at the play, he was about to get hit towards the boards, and instead of having his head, which is probably the right move, head hit the boards, put out his arm to stop the impact, and so looks like suggesting it's an arm injury just by the looks of it, but don't know any details of it yet. So moving on to the third period, Sweden right off the gate, within the first 2 minutes, Adrian Kempe scores a rocket of the goal. Now it's 3-2, and they're starting to make their comeback. And later on in the game, Joel Eriksson ties it up with assist by Jesper Bratt and Lucas Raymond, getting his second assist of the game. So now they're getting comfortable. Sweden's starting to click, and man, throughout this whole game too. This was also what I loved about this game. This it's not like replacing the all-star, and it's just like, oh, we're just going to be skilled and, you know, we're just going to just make it offensively. These players, they got physical. You know, we want to look back all the way to the first period of the game. You had a shoving match between McDavid and Dahlin. I mean, that was just awesome, and hard hits all throughout the game. So there is no holding back with any of these players. They are laying it all out there, and I love it. You're getting the best on best, laying it all out there. This is what we want. This is exactly what hockey wants. Hockey fans all over. This is just absolute amazing tournament. And then we get overtime in the very first game of the tournament. We get overtime, and you know, watching, I expected Connor McDavid or Nathan MacKinnon to score, maybe even McCarr. And when you have those three players on the ice, that's so dangerous. Like, how? I'm surprised they didn't get the score, but who else will answer the bell? Then Sidney Crosby, arguably one of the greatest of all times. He gets out on the ice, gives a nice feedback to Mitch Marner, and he becomes Canada's hero of the night. Gets the game winner and makes Canada proud. Just an awesome game. What a great opening night of hockey for this tournament. I absolutely love it. And if any of you are curious about the sport, or you're curious about what this tournament is about, watch it. Okay, you're not getting mediocre hockey. This is what you want, and you're getting the best players in the NHL going against each other, no holding back. Another thing I want to add to this is both goaltenders did have good nights. You know, despite giving up good amount of goals, they're just trying to figure this out, and it's really hard to see what each team is doing when they don't even know what they're even doing. The offenses don't even know what they're doing. So both had outstanding saves at some point in the game. Even some, like, especially during the regular time and in overtime, both had game-stopping saves. So shout out to the both of them. And that's it for tonight's recap for Team Sweden versus Team Canada. Great win for Canada. We'll check back in tomorrow for Team USA versus Team Finland's game. Hopefully it lives up to the hype like it did for Team Sweden versus Team Canada. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow's recap.